Welcome back to Let's Play Kirby Squeak Squad. Last time we went through Vocal Volcano and fought a raccoon owl thing with relative ease, question mark. By relative ease I mean like we almost died, and if you wonder why my life counter is off, it's because I accidentally entered 6-1 and I didn't realize that even if you die you can't actually quit back to the menu. The only way to go back to the menu is to actually restart the game, so our life counter is back to 2. But hey, the stakes are at least a little bit better now, or a little bit higher now. Also, you lose all of your touchscreen inventory, not that we had a touchscreen inventory last time. So we are now starting the obligatory ice world. I feel like I've used that before, obligatory ice world, or something like that. I know there's the obligatory sewer level in Super Mario RPG, but it seems like there's something else too. That's bad when short-term memory loss prevents you from even remembering things that you did like a few weeks ago. Not fun. Just saying. So we brought the switch all the way down here, which makes it really easy to get that treasure chest. We can use an umbrella, or we can just flame our way through. Generally the easier way to go, if you ask me. Because you can also do that. Can't do that with an umbrella. Though actually, no, with the umbrella you can actually break the blocks just by jumping into them. So either way it's easy. When did we even get the firepower anyway? I can't even remember. Something happened like a minute ago. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. So we have an enemy, we have a thing, and we have an invincible thing. Yeah, a lot of good items so far. All we have is mostly just a full inventory, actually. So we're gonna have to use an item, a soda, just basically to clear up space. Get the chest from Soro, and you can just run to the goal. Piece of cake. I should have gotten the life, I know, but we really haven't. We've only died one time on screen, and the other time was just me trying to get back to the main menu. So that's the sword scroll. So I can stop talking about how great the sword scroll is, and hopefully show you before too long. Of course, we need to get a bubbled version of a sword, and also a bubbled version of a elemental. So that's gonna take a while, unfortunately. Oh, this level kinda sucks, not gonna lie. This gave me a lot of trouble on my practice run, because I forgot this room was up here. Yeah, don't forget that. You can even get an electricity sword if you want. But again, you need to get a bubbled version of the power-up first, which is easier said than done. Okay, so hopefully this guy doesn't respawn. Oh, he does. So this fuse is like one of the harder ones in the game. And when I say that, I did that first try, of course, because I said it was hard. Thus, I did it first try. That's how it always works, doesn't it? Okay, and when you say something is easy, that's when you have to do it 20 times. Like I recorded a video. For April Fools, that's how long ago this is being recorded. Kaizo Mario! I was like, oh my gosh, this is the worst idea I've ever had. I got through the first 3 levels, and almost 4, within like 40 minutes. Which is like, how the heck did that happen? I still don't know how that happened, because I always was under the impression that Kaizo Mario was really hard. And outside of like the first bullet jump, because I was just testing it to see if the game would work, it was all basically unpracticed. I can't say blind because I have watched Let's Plays of Kaizo Mario World, but it was all unpracticed. I feel like I missed a treasure chest somewhere, but I don't know where. Just do this, and go through the goal. Be cheap like that. Obviously, it's not supposed to exactly work that way, but yeah, you can kind of abuse of invincibility frames with Kirby games, because they're generally pretty easy. And normally I wouldn't be too crazy about going into the collection like this, but I just feel like we should be Snow Kirby in the Ice World. I don't know why, it just feels like it'd be right. This level also kinda sucks, not gonna lie. It's actually funny. It occurred to me the other day that I hadn't actually said not gonna lie until I started watching LPs. Now I say constantly in mine. So yay for originality! So there's a thingamabobber back there to the right, so obviously if we get a choice, we should go right. I think I messed this up. I think I messed it up. Big time. I think I was supposed to break that explodey block. I don't know what it's actually called, so I'm just gonna call it the explodey block. No, wait, we're good. We're actually good. I'm gonna grab this just to, you know, prove a point later on. Ow. Yep, Snow Kirby. Whoa, that went a lot farther than I thought it would. The hats were actually a later edition. I'm not sure how many people know that. The hats actually came a bit later. Oh, snap, this place. I think we need to go down. Because just based on the orientation of the tower, it looks like we need to go down. Get the hammer. Now we can fire ourselves back up. Like so. And no inputs required here because we already went one way, so it's like, you don't really need options. So, hammer. So break that, and we get the first treasure chest. Why do I feel like I'm missing one? Oh, this part. Okay. This part took me a while on my first playthrough because I went down to get the life, and you actually have to go up here to get the treasure. Yeah, kind of jerkish, kind of bait and switch, but it's not that difficult to get back there, thankfully, because it's a Kirby game. It's not like rocket science. You have Doc, that's the name, that's Squeak, and all this is a new recording session because I actually know things. That's your hideout, so that's something good to keep in mind, just in case you accidentally drop it. But if you drop it, then it's just lost forever, most likely. Like that, so you basically don't have a choice but to restart the level. Well, that was a little bit unfortunate, wasn't it? Yeah, thanks for making me drop the power-up at the very end of the level. Okay, we got time. I wanted to go over something else about this game that's actually kind of interesting. This isn't about the game actually, it's more about the formatting of the game. The formatting of DS games on the Wii U Virtual Console / eShop is kind of atrocious. Not gonna lie, it's really bad. Basically, you have very few orientations, and none of them are actually very good. Like, there are none that make both screens equal size and also lined up next to each other. The only thing that is the closest thing is basically making the entire thing vertical. And by that I mean, basically flipping it. So it's like, oh, it's all angled left, but it's both screens. It's really stupid to look at, and impossible to play most games sideways. So I don't know why there wasn't a mode for just having both screens side by side at equal size. That just seems like such an obvious thing that they overlooked. But leave it to Nintendo to overlook something really obvious. Not to diss Nintendo, but it's just like some of their design choices you can't deny are a little bit backwards. Just a tad. That's kind of an understatement actually, but this isn't a Nintendo rant, this is a heart cat. It's got a second heart container, or third heart container, I guess you could call it. So we are in kind of good shape for what lies ahead. Bubble, want that. Just because it has good range. There's no double fire or anything like 64 for the power merging. That's a little bit of a shame that they sort of like pretend 64 never happened, but it's a small price to pay. Now I can finally show the thing. So if you combine a fire power-up as a sword power-up after getting the sword scroll, you get this. Haha. Except that's not exactly what we need right now. So that kind of was a waste of time and a power-up. What we need is actually a bubble power-up, believe it or not. I just want to show that off while I had an opportunity to do so, even if it was dumb to show it off now. Yeah, because you kind of need to aim low here. So now we are actually able to use it, hopefully. Yep. I don't know if it can actually break these blocks. We can't even go that direction. Never mind. Back up. It can melt snow, so that's really good. It can also pierce clouds in the cloudy spots. Oh, I guess you could also go this way, but I cheesed it. I don't think that you were actually supposed to do it the way I did it. I mean, I don't think that was, like, intended. I mean, obviously, if it was, like, super frowned upon, you know, developers would have been smart enough to not have done that, made it so obvious, but I do feel like that isn't entirely intentional to do stuff like that. This world is going slowly. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like this world is going really slowly. World 7 will be really slow because it's the water world. The obligatory water level. Boxy here. If his actual name is Boxy, that would actually be kind of funny. Okay. Took a hit. I did not remember you could actually take a hit from the downed enemies as well. Learn something new every day. I feel like this game does have more original enemies instead of just recolors. Like Adventure has a lot of like blue Waddle Dees and stuff like that. So it's like, wow, you really worked hard on this enemy design, huh? Pretty sure you need to do this in a pretty precise order. I think you need to break those blocks first here, and then you cut it. Otherwise, you can't get to the treasure chest, so yeah, you kind of have to keep that in mind. I've bought that more times than I'd care to admit, so that's how I know. I just couldn't remember where the puzzle was. I thought that was in World 4, to be honest. Yeah, if we inhaled one of those sleepy guys and copied them, we would fall asleep, making us vulnerable to attack, but we'd also regain all of our health. So it's a risk versus reward kind of thing. Or you could just like tap at the touch screen and use an item, which is a lot safer, so it's like, well... If you didn't have an item, I guess I could see you using the sleepy power-up, but otherwise, I don't really get why you'd ever want to use the sleepy power-up. Just seems like a bad idea. Ow. Definitely want that. I thought my animation wouldn't end, so I'd just fly off the edge. I literally thought I was gonna fly off the edge there. That's how much confidence I have in this game's programming, apparently. This part's stupid. You'll see why in a moment. This is the boss fight. See ya. It's like, why is this even here? This was one of those things that's like, makes me wonder why. Why? Oh well, we got a treasure, piece of cake, do a little dance, and we have more stuff. The keys actually unlock secret levels, which is irrelevant because, well, we're doing 100% anyway. This is a speedrunning kind of level. This is one of those levels that's weird to me because I actually remember it 100%. Like, I 100% remember what you have to do here, and it's bizarre. How certain levels just kind of stand out in your mind, and others really don't. Yeah, there are a couple levels in Mario that are like that. That I just never forget after all these years of playing the game, and playing other games, and also, you know, having, like, short-term memory loss, and I still never forget certain levels. It's the most bizarre thing. So, we need a power-up, but I think they provide it to us? No, they don't. No, I am confusing it with a different level. I'm not as foolproof as I thought I was. Unless I'm just misremembering. So you have to fall to the left of the waterfall. and then just break blocks using sliding attacks, and then you have a Wild E to deal with. That guy will run off the edge into the pit, so be careful with that. Classic Kirby trick, having just 2 blocks all by themselves. I didn't actually remember the level perfectly. I was confusing it with a different one where Cutter was involved. We're just gonna cheese this, because why not? Yeah, this is why giving you a storage of invincible candies might not be a good idea. Because it allows you to do that. Okay. This might be the longest video in the entire series, to be honest, because World 6 is actually, to me, one of the longest worlds. So I think 6-5 might be short? I can't remember. It's actually a full-length level. What was oh, this one! Okay, this one's easy. No worries. This is just fighting all the Squeaks. Spoiler. I should preface that. You fight all the Squeaks except your leader. And you'll see why, eventually. As you can guess, this is really, really difficult. I mean, I don't know how I managed to do this as a kid. It's like, I can't believe my past self was able to circumvent Spinny's a great AI and variable attack patterns. Yeah, in other words, the battle's a complete another joke. With Ninja, they give you other power-ups, but it's like, if you want to be really cheap, just do this. Zoro does take a while with this method, though, I will fully admit. Ow, ow, ow. That actually looks really painful, how that ninja star is just sticking out of his stomach like that. It actually looks like it would actually legitimately hurt. Yeah, great programming. I mean, I know Kirby is not supposed to be hardcore, it's not Dark Souls, but still, it's like, to have bosses that can be stun locked like this, it's like, really? You didn't think this through very well, did you? Like, did they not think people would just try this? Oh well. Go down, please. Thank you. Okay. So that's literally all there is to the level. It's really hilarious. I actually usually don't do that, but we're kind of running low on time. I mean, I like to keep these videos below 20 minutes, between 15 and 20 minutes on average, and we're around 19 minutes, or 18 minutes right now, so I wanted to make sure that we got through that in a reasonable time, so I just cheesed it. It's a lot more fun with the sword, to be honest. This is their leader, Darosh, I don't know. I've heard many different pronunciations of this guy's name. Darosh with an O. This is Japanese spelling. In the English spelling, it's actually spelled with an A, which is weird. But this guy is a chump too. And despite being the boss of this area, he's still a chump. So slide halfway across the screen. And we got our next treasure chest. I should point out that all the bosses give you these medals, which unlock a thing, but we won't be seeing that for a while. Alas, the Squeaks are in sight, and Kirby is closing in. His precious shortcake is within reach. What in the world? Midnight swoops in and nabs the treasure. The flashy sails to the star door, leaving Kirby behind. Those little stars we've been coming across? Yeah, they were actually required items. So if you're going for 100%, this is no problem. If you're not, then you may have to do some backtracking. Block breaks and the star door opens. Now for the cake. If you're playing along, you'll have them all anyway, so that's why I didn't make that much of a mental note to point that out. Secret Sea, which is behind the secret door, that's why. Next time on Kirby's Squeak Squad, we will embark into the Secret Sea, which is the most bland world map we've seen so far. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Kirby's Squeak Squad.